This is not the first time I've talked of auctions, and last week I was at it again when I sold several items of sheep handling equipment such as weigh scale, turning crate, race and so on. This stuff is very useful when dagging and turning ewes, turning them over to do their feet and others. They're very heavy as well, some of these, 90 kilos, some of ours. We do not now have sufficient sheep to warrant the equipment, and so it's gone to people who will get its benefit, and I'm happy with that. On balance, I got about the same money that I bought it for, and so had the use of it at the cost of 30 years of inflation, about 1,800 and odd pounds I got for it. The same cannot be said for our porcelain, furniture and bric-a-brac bought 50, 60, 40, 30 years ago in the hope of a hedge against inflation. One will be mighty lucky to get the same price today as it cost in 1960 or 1980. But talking about clearing out items that were once useful or decorative reminds me that I must clear out even more of the paperwork, manuals, reports, files, records, training material, notes, books and other documentation accumulated during my 66 years of paid work, 40 of which were self-employment. I opened many a drawer full of kilos of paper in which my life's work is recorded and which my memory is built. I see before me the future faced by those I was paid to help. Their faces come to mind and their worries and their ambitions flood back. I read my analysis of their companies and the programme of work I performed to change their methods and processes, and even of their thinking, all to help them manage their organisation's resources and adapt to changes forced by market technology and government. Thousands of sheets of evidence which are links of a chain showing how a human mind turns data into information, which then the mind remembers as knowledge. But that knowledge is now a part of the person and can be adapted by the mind in which it resides. At some point, the person adds their own experience, which can somehow then make that knowledge into wisdom. We may wish that other less experienced folk will want what we now have and hope that something of ourselves will be valued by the younger folk. But they too are on a journey and rarely want or even feel a need for the reservoir of life that we've now become. Little wonder that we are reluctant to throw away the content of our office drawers. Possibly the contents are the sum of what we are. We may even feel that our only value to others is contained therein. How can we throw away that which would render us of no consequence? But throw away we must, if only to save others the burden of a necessary task. A task which places on them the emotional cost of consigning a loved one to memory only. Fortunately for the Christian, our value lies not in what we have done, but it is in the mind of our Creator. The entire basis of Judaic Christianity came about because we are valued by the one who created us. It is said that we see things more clearly on the final bend of the racetrack of life. For some, the final straight is the last opportunity to change lanes and to reflect on the value we leave behind. We can feel confident that as we empty the drawers and discard the token remainders of what we have done, we can pray the following: Our loving Heavenly Father, thank you for what we have become and for what you have given us. But before the race has run its course, we might pose the question, in the auction of life, what price did the Creator pay for me?